on this November evening. But all good here inside as we welcome you to Minneapolis, Minnesota. Tonight we reach the unofficial midway point of the season with a good Monday night battle between the Detroit Lions and the Minnesota Vikings. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And this will be returned from deep in the end zone.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line. These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the Vikings who won that one on the road, so they'll look for the sweep here in Minneapolis. Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. The Vikings sitting at a very solid 4-2 record through the first 6 weeks. And they come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it. And that's what they're trying to get done here.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
Now this defense for the Lions, they were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
Give him 5 yards there, and it's enough for the first. Now a handoff looking right. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground. Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Now it's Fields off the bootleg.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Dexter Lawrence able to bust free and get to the quarterback. That time, it looked like he essentially just ran right into the pass rush.
Yeah, partner, I'm not much of an outdoorsman, but the fish jumped right into the net, didn't he? Because you've got to make sure that you're deep enough that you can get around the defensive end, have an angle there. But he couldn't do it because he actually cut that one off. Really nice play coming off the edge.
They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the Lions will take over.
Here we go. Here we go.
On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. A big play there for Detroit. 66 yards.
So far, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
They'll try to run it in, going option right. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A great play there. Keeping it himself from 5 yards out. And the Lions will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he returns this to the 22. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. Also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off. And already down 7-0 after the touchdown a minute ago, so a 3-and-out here would not be ideal for them. Nice job finding his receiver there, and they get the first down.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. A big play there for Minnesota. 58 yards. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are an extra point away from drawing level. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls, because these are the top 2 teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
These 2 teams all tied after 1. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Looking to throw.
And that's out to the flat for Swift.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
Well, this offense will definitely utilize him as a weapon out of the backfield because he was close to 100 yards receiving a week ago. So they will try to get him the football in space as they did right there.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
From the gun, here's Swift.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Here's a 2nd and 7.
That's complete to DeAndre Swift out of the backfield.
And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 37. 23 yards the pickup there.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He'll let this go for the end zone. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Seibert on for the PAT. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Makes the score Lions 14, Vikings 7.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak can have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
44 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Here's Fields. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Makes the score Lions 21, Vikings 7.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
A throw over the middle, taken in. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Yeah, he did not want to go down there as he carries tacklers for a solid gain of 9.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they followed them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Off play action, Fields.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 19. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Second and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there.
His 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have cut it back within a score.
Extra point right down the middle. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
At their own 24-yard line. Let's go.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Now a throw for the left sideline, and he's got it. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They'll drop to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I feel like my man momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
From the 16, Fields. He completes it to Ridley. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Fields now to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Oh, man, it's caught inside the 10. A big play there just before halftime. 45 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Vikings have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
Taken at the 15, a short kick.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line. Set, ready, kick, level.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's airing it out for Williams. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a tie ball game here heading to break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, and we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard.
And a short kick taken at about the 16.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
They'll set up a throw.
Throw right side complete to Dotson.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there.
He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. This is a quarterback that's already in the top 100 all-time in passing yards, but that last throw going to move him past Roger Staubach on the all-time list. Roger Charles at 22,700.
Don't forget, he also won 2 Super Bowls, played from 1969 to 1979. And I would dare say Roger's numbers would be larger. But remember, he had a commitment to the Navy, a graduate of the Naval Academy. Back then, you had to serve your 5-year hitch before you could go on and join the NFL.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. They run out of the gun with Swift. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Well, if you look where that play starts, O-line versus D-line, that was a battle won by the D-line.
Yeah, and oftentimes it's won by quickness off the ball. Who can handle the guy across from them best? On that play, the defensive line did exactly that.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Buying time to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by a Caleb Evans. And the Vikings are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
At the 2-yard line.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. 105 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18. Now a handoff as they run left side. And some room to work. And he will step out of bounds all the way down inside the 40. A big play there for Minnesota. 44 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. To the 36-yard line, stop there.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he's got some space here. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
This has been a good drive so far. It's been a running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a 1st down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Vikings go 98 yards and finish it off in the end zone. Point after, right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. Taken at the 15, a short kick.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. They'll look to throw here on first down. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
So they take a decent shot, CD, and the flag comes out for pass interference.
Yeah, a little DPI, as they like to call it in the business, right? And the farther you get downfield, the more frenetic things get, and the more calm and control you have to remain as a defender. That was a little bit of a slip there, and the penalty will go against him.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll look to throw again. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
Let's go now.
To throw again.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. So a big play there on 4th, and now 1st and 10 at the 30.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sent back at the 38.
Micah Parsons has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. They'll go option to the short side, and they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem.
And in for the Lions touchdown from 13 yards out.
And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this game here on the 4th.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the fourth quarter, and a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's got room.
Wow, 213 yards on the ground for him now as he's gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped. But what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, and ends up spilling it for a loss.
Meanwhile, Fields' throw taken in by Ridley here. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
From the 50, here's Fields.
Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton.
And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
On 2nd and 9, Fields. He finds his man, complete. It's Steele. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 23 yards the pickup there.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
In motion, the tight end. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Keep leaning on the running game, back to the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. They'll try the option right here on 3rd down. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This for the lead in the final stages. And his kick here is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And a short kick taken at about the 16.
Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And the offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
Back to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Only able to gain a couple there, and it's second down.
Sometimes it's hard to figure, but you can live with incompletions in this situation. You can't live with these short gains that take time off the clock.
You know who loves it? This defense. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
He forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted. Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it, and that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they did.
They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
223 yards for him on the ground, as this has been a night to remember to this point. And they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37.
It'll go as a gain of 12, and that should just about wrap this one up.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Just got a heck of a show, party. This was a close game for a long time.
Yeah, all right, my flow sinister. This ain't